Welcome to the Dental Team Podcast. I'm your host, Kiera Dent, and I have this crazy idea that maybe I could combine a doctor and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, regional manager, practice owner, and I have a team of traveling consultants where we have traveled to over 165 different offices coaching teams. Yep, we don't just understand you, we are you. Our mission is to positively impact the world of dental, and I believe that this podcast is the greatest way I can help elevate teams, grow VIP experiences, reduce stress, and create A-teams. Welcome to the Dental Team Podcast. Hello, Dental Team listeners. This is Kiera, and you guys, I hope today is just a killer day. I know. I hope it's a great day. I hope you're having fun, and I hope that you are reminding yourself of just how blessed we are to work in dentistry. I think we work in the most incredible profession, and I really think, guys, just remember that this is where we get to be. We get to serve patients. We get to be here together. So I wanted to just kind of dive into a quick topic of how to deal with failure. I think so many of us are perfectionists in the dental world. I think so many of us feel this need to be perfect, to always rise to the top. And so this is going to be just a quick podcast. I'm going to bust out my notes, guys, because I took notes because I just listened to a gal. Her name's Siri Lindsay, and she actually is a triathlon winner. So you guys are going to hear me grab my notes. But she was just speaking at an event I went to. It was a leadership event. And you guys, I do a ton of CE. I do a ton of coaching. I eat my own cooking. I have a lot of coaches in my life. And I think it's because I need constant reminders to grow and evolve. And honestly, our company would not look the way it does without having coaching and events and the constant learning that I do. So if you guys are interested, that's why we have the Dental team. And that's why our consultants are constantly, they have CE allowances. I give each of them. We're constantly doing education together just to grow and to rise. And so this one, like I said, it was Siri Lindley, and she's a triathlon winner. She beat cancer. I've heard her speak a couple of times, and people were asking her, she is just a joy to behold. So go check her out. But someone was asking her, she's very successful, and she now has another company. And someone asked the question to her of how are you so successful? And she said, number one is I have discipline with myself. So she said, I have to have accountability with me. Meaning if I say I'm going to do something, I actually do it. If I say I'm going to work out, I work out. If I say I'm going to call this person, I call this person. If I say I'm going to, run 10 laps, I'm going to run 10 laps. The reason I'm doing this podcast today is because I told myself that I would get the podcast completed for today. Guys, I looked at the clock. I thought, you know what? Do I really have time to do it? But guess what? I need to have accountability with me. I need to have discipline with me. I need to show up. So when I tell myself I'm going to do something, I can count on myself, because then I can have stronger relationships as well. And then she said, be willing to fail, because she said, failure is learning. And I really have loved this. She said, I'm either winning or I'm learning. And honestly, guys, I have thought about this. It has been over a week since she said this. And I really loved that, because she said we need to be willing to fail, because failure is learning. And she said so often we set ourselves up onto these pedestals. We set ourselves up into these worlds where we can't fail. And she's like, but yet look at life. We're limiting ourselves. We're stopping ourselves. We're preventing ourselves from growing to the next levels to innovate. Do you really think Thomas Edison didn't fail when he was inventing the light bulb? The answer is a hard pass no. He failed so many times, but he redefined what failure was. So this lady, Siri, she said that she really has changed it. It's not failure, it's learning. And so she said, every day I'm either winning or I'm learning. And she said, I need to learn more and be okay with it. Another book called Effortless by Greg McKeown. I've mentioned that a couple of times. Such a good read. I would recommend it. He said, we've got to be willing to fail, and fail faster and fail sooner. He said the more mistakes we can make as we're trying to launch a product or trying to do something different, the better it is for our entire team. And if we can get our entire team to view it this way, to grow this way, we're all going to be better equipped to grow and to evolve. And he said, but so often we are so afraid of quote unquote failure that we don't even try. And so again, I almost am to the point of how do you deal with failure? Well, let's cut the word failure out and the negative connotation, and let's rephrase that to to learning. So I'm never failing, actually. I'm always learning. And I really, really loved that. And then she also mentioned, this is going back to Siri. She said, define what winning actually is. And I've thought about starting to use this with all of my clients because when we go into offices, I know a lot of offices are like, Kiera, I don't want to do change, but I want to grow. And so let's define what winning looks like. And I loved Siri's definition. She said, I'm just a little bit better than I was. That's winning. I think so often in practices with ourselves, with the leadership, with being a team member, we feel like in order to win, we have to be perfect. So therefore, there is never an opportunity for us to ever win. How many of you would just love to DIY and get the secrets of people who have been there, done that on your own time? Because I know for me, I love to learn from the best of the best, the people who have been there, done that, and can give me the shortcuts. That's why we have created our Dental A Team Virtual Academy, where it's on-demand courses for you at your fingertips, where you literally can learn the secrets from all of my experience, all of Tiffany's experience, Brittany, Dana, our entire team's experience at your fingertips. So stop taking the hard route, guys. There's a shortcut sitting there waiting for you, and it's also CE. Head on over to thedentalateam.com and click on our virtual academy. Be sure to use coupon code podcast and get started on that DIY and become the practice of your dreams. What if instead we said winning was just a little bit better than I am today, or that I was? This way you're either winning every single day or you're learning every single day. Every opportunity you come to, you're either winning or you're learning. My question to you is, if you really could reframe this and every day you could win because you're just a little bit better than you were. Every single day you could get just a smidge better and you could win every single day. Every single day our whole practice could be winning. Every day we just got a little bit better. Like go to Atomic Habits, another one of my favorite books. It's a 1% improvement every day is winning. Like, why do we? I would ask you the question, just like I ask myself, why on earth do I set myself up to have to be perfect in order to win? Why can't I love myself that I can win anytime I'm just a little bit better than I was? Why can't we do that? What if we started to do that? Who would you become? Who would you be if you were literally able to win every single moment of every single day by just being a little bit better than you were? To me, that's going to build momentum in a positive way. And what if when I quote unquote failed, I said, oh my gosh, I was just learning. Like that was really good. I'm glad I learned that. I'm going to learn fast and I'm going to move forward. Could we reframe that? Is it because we've told ourselves we're either good or we're bad, and so therefore those are the only two categories we can be in? And then we make it so hard for us to be good that we think we're bad all the time, that therefore we're so afraid to fail. What if instead we rephrase that? Another thing I loved from this that I've been incorporating is when we're looking at our life, when we're looking at doing this winning, is one, to connect with yourself every single day. This woman, she mentioned that she looks in the mirror and she's like, how often do you, when you look in the mirror, actually look at yourself rather than looking past yourself? She said every day she connects in the mirror, looks herself in the eyes and tells her that she loves herself. Because she said, at the end of the day, guess what? It's just you and you at the end of the day. That's it. That's all you're with all the time. The only person in your head, the only person with you. And so she said she wakes up with gratitude. She connects in the mirror and tells herself she loves her every day. Guys, I tried it and it felt real weird. And I realized I'm not allowing myself to win. I don't even have love for myself of the Kiera who I get to hang out with day in and day out. What if I changed that and started showing more love and gratitude to me? Then I allowed myself to win by just being a little bit better than I was. Talk about the momentum I would have. Then if I changed failure into just learning, would I be open and willing to try things more? The answer is absolutely yes, because I'm not good or bad. I'm just getting a little bit better and I'm learning. I'm giving myself that freedom and that flexibility. And then asking yourself the questions as you go about your day. So we've given ourselves gratitude. We've meditated for our vision. We've given ourselves love. We've changed our definition of winning versus failure. And then it is asking two different questions to yourself and answering these. And to me, this is getting away from the everything I've got to do, the constant feeling like I'm failing and not getting everything done. The two questions are, what is the most important thing today? What is most important today to live my life on purpose? So what is the most important thing for me to do today? It might be a task. It might be a relationship. It might be going out and doing something that fills my soul. But what is most important today to live my life on purpose? And then the second question is, what do I want to experience today? And as she said this, I wrote down, this directs my priorities for the day and creates simplicity. So just thinking of this, like I hear all the time, Kiera, I'm failing. Let's reword that. Let's just change it into, Kiera, I'm learning. Kiera, I'm winning every day because I am just a little bit better than I was. Kiera, what is most important today to live my life on purpose? It's going to be this. What do I want to experience today? How do I want to feel? How do I want to show up? We're either winning or we're learning. And I feel like if you can give yourself that, you can give yourself that space, you can give yourself that grace, you can win. So again, discipline yourself, have accountability with you. When you say you're going to do something, do it and actually be disciplined with yourself. And then let's change those definitions to where you are truly either winning or you're learning. Let's remove that failure. Let's try things. Let's get out there. Let's experience more things because there are 1,000 people out there, millions of people that need you to show up, but you're just so scared to fail. And instead, let's just be so excited to go learn. What would you do today if you knew it was just learning and there was no failure? I want you to actually answer that question. Who would you be? What would you do? What conversations would you have if you knew you wouldn't fail, but you would just learn? What would you do? You're either winning or you're learning. And I would challenge each of you, listen to this podcast, do this. I think this is one of the most self-help things. And I'm doing this probably for myself more so than for you guys. But I really, really, really wanted to give it to you because guess what? When you love yourself and when you're winning or learning, life all of a sudden becomes magical. Things become easier and you're able to become who you're destined and meant to be. And I think each of us needs to work harder at doing that because everything else becomes easier when we know that. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. If I can ever help you, if I can guide you, if I can be the person or our team can be the person to help ask these questions and to grow you into who you're meant to be, reach out to us. I'd love to help you. hello@thedentalateam.com. And as always, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time on the Dental A Team Podcast. And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental A Team Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.